Can you share some hidden gems that you believe are absolute must-sees, that you believe a lot of mainstream audiences might have missed or not be aware of?
Well, London by Patrick Keeler would be the first one. I mean, for those of you that don't know what that film is about, it takes an unseen narrator and his best friend Robinson, who we never see in the film, and it's a series of static frames of London as these two guys, who are both flaneurs, are wandering, and the camera's always static, and you just see images of London in the run up to the 1992 election, and the narrator Paul Sng talks about his friend Robinson and what he thinks and what he says, and they basically trace the kind of psychogeography of London going back to the French poets like Rimbaud and Baudelaire and Verlaine, but managed to link that to what's going on in the present day and how neoliberal politics have become so prominent. It's one of those things. I think it's a Marmite film. I think people that watch it, they tend to either fall in love with it or just don't get it. So that would certainly be one of them. And then I'd probably pick a film that's, I think, on release this week. It's called Put Your Soul on Your Hands and Walk. It's a documentary by an Iranian filmmaker who's in exile when the film's being made. And she's having these intimate mobile phone conversations with a young 24-year-old woman in Gaza who is under the threat of a bombardment by the IDF. And it's a beautiful film. It's as personal as you can get. And it's just a series of phone calls and then footage of the news and what's happening. It's all shot on a phone. That's really good. I'd also pick a film called Mortician. I can't remember the director's name, but I saw it recently at the Edinburgh International Film Festival. It's a film about somebody, an Iranian who's living in Canada, and he's somebody that washes bodies when they die, and he's asked to by this famous singer who's also living in exile to wash her body because she wants to kill herself. And it's a great film. The filmmaker it's one of those films that was made by the director without a crew, and when you watch it and you realize, it has the best end credit sequence I've ever seen. I won't tell anything more about it, but any filmmaker that watches that end credit scene will go away feeling inspired and impressed, really.
And it's called
Mortician.
Mortician, right? Those are some movies I'm going to have to add to my collection then.